Alright, let's go and add SASS to our project. Add SASS compiler and convert the SASS files to CSS. I'll go here and create a folder named Assets. This Assets folder will contain all our photos, CSS files, and SASS files. Even our JavaScript files will be placed here. For now, we only want to work with the CSS and SASS files. We create a folder named SCSS and create another folder named CSS. Our SASS files are inside the SCSS folder and are compiled to CSS files. Then they are placed in the CSS folder. Now let's create a SASS file and name it main.scss like this. We use SCSS here. Now we are going to give it a style. For example, we give the background a black color. Now the question is, can we link this here, this SASS file? Do you think it's possible? Does it work? If we test or run, you will see that our background will not change. But why? Because the browser does not understand the SASS file. It doesn't understand this file. Because the browser doesn't understand SASS files, so we have to compile this into a CSS file. How do we compile it? We are going to install a VS Code extension called Live SASS Compiler. See, we are installing Live SASS Compiler here, and using the Live SASS Compiler, we can convert SASS files to CSS files. As you can see, an option named Watch SASS will be added here. If you click on it, you will see that this file will be watched and compiled, and two files will be created, a map file that we don't need for now, and our CSS file. As you can see, our CSS file has been created. Now we are going to give our file its address. In the SCSS folder, it exactly watched it, SCSS or the SASS compiler, and compiled it and created a CSS file from that, as you can see here. Now, for example, if I say section color red, like this, it has compiled this to body section red or body background red, as you can see here. Now, if we take a look at the result, yes, the background will be black and the colors for these will be red. As you can see, it compiles these exactly in the SCSS folder. But we don't want it to compile them here. We want it to place them in the CSS folder. To do this, we should go to the settings sections, the extensions section, and the Live SASS Compile config section. Here, we want to change the output folder and the location, the folder in which the output is placed. That is, the CSS file that the Live SASS compiler creates will be placed here in that folder. We go here, it creates a configuration for us in the settings.json file. All of the settings are here. It adds another setting for Live SASS compiler settings format. The format is already specified. The extension name is also CSS, which is not a problem, but we must change safe path. Where should we change safe path to? Okay, from the main folder, which is the portfolio website, we have the assets folder. We go into the CSS folder and have it put the output into the CSS folder. That is, in the assets folder, put it in the CSS folder. Now let's see what the results would be. If I enter a space here, and as you can see, it compiled it into the CSS folder. Now, if I delete this and go to SASS file, for example, change this to yellow, as you can see, the color changes to yellow. So it no longer gives our output in the SCSS folder. By default, Live SASS compiler will put the output into the folder where we are watching the file. In this way, we say that you should put the file in a new folder the way we want. And when you have watched it and compiled the new file, create it in the CSS folder, as you can see. Now, we say assets, CSS, main, for it to work, we have to give it the address for the new file. And as you can see, it's displayed like this.